Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome once again to Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you are with us. We are in the Central Coast of California in San Luis Obispo. Kind of a cool morning here. We are live in studio. Wherever you are, hope it's awesome. My name is Billy Gibbs, and that guy right there is Mr. Mike Brabennick.
Good morning.
We will be your host today. We got a pretty cool show. And by the way, behind the scenes, in the headphones, is Hop. Good morning, Hop.
Good morning, sunshine.
good to hear your voice.
You're going to call him Sensei.
So, got a cool show. And Mike and I have not been speaking much this week, not because we don't like each other, because we just both been too busy. So, the last minute we said, let's do something kind of cool. So, the age-old question is golf a sport, which is kind of funny that he asked that question to me because I was just speaking to my junior program about that exact topic.
Wow.
And parents.
That's why my ears started hurting.
So we had, is this a sport? Is it a game? What is golf?
What is it?
So we're going to discuss that. We have some pros and cons. Mike's going to take the pro side. I'm going to take the con side, and then I'll share my honest opinion. And I hope you do the same there, Mike.
Yes, sir.
We'd love people to chime in if they can. Hop, can people call your studio and you take calls from there?
They call here.
They call here.
805-903.
Yeah, they need to call there. Otherwise, there's a feedback situation that we can't control.
Okay. Yeah. So, but if they're listening to us in Bakersfield right now, they can call us.
Absolutely, they can.
805-903-1974. 805-903-1974.
Just one more thing you have to watch out for, huh, buddy?
Yes, it's okay. I can do it.
Anyways, we're going to talk about that the first part of the show. We're going to talk: is it a sport? I mean, it's a good question, and boy, there's some strong opinions. I looked it up today. We talked with this morning. There's some experts in the field, sports psychologists, athletes, coaches of different sports, and it's amazing how different opinions are, whether it's a sport or a game. We're also going to be honoring, since the beginning of the football season, we're going to be discussing what does golf and football have similar? Are there similarities? Are there differences? And we'll discuss about that because I think there's a lot more similarities than people believe. I mean, we're not knocking each other around the field, but there's a lot of similarities. Yeah. So we're also going to highlight some of the football NFL stars who golf and some of their amazing abilities on and off the field, both fields, how good they are in between the ropes as well as on the football field. We have the Owen Report. If you guys have been listening to the show for a while, you know Owen has been part of the show since he was 5. That's how long our show has been because he's now a freshman in college. He's been in and out of the show many times, but he's just started his freshman year at California State University, Long Beach. And they just had his first 2 weeks, and they did their qualifying for the team. And I'm going to fulfill every once in a while the Owen Report and see how he is doing as a freshman. Mike brought up a topic, keeping your eye on the ball. He's got a latest study of keeping your eye on the ball with a question mark. Can't wait to hear what you got there, buddy.
I stumbled on that early this morning.
So
I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool.
You sent me some stuff early this morning, too. So anyways, that's what we're going to do today. Again, if you're listening to us live, we'd love to have you call in and talk about, is golf a sport? What is your opinion? Is it a game? Is it a sport? You tell us your opinion on that. We'll share ours. What's the numbers one more time, Mike?
805-903-1974.
And we'll start taking calls at about 20 after. So we got about 10 more minutes before that happens. As every show, we always start with a solid BM. Well, sometimes a smooth BM.
I think you should go first today.
Really?
I think I always kind of lead the BM.
No, I think I like that because then I can chime in and get myself prepared for my dropping of.
Okay. You don't want to go first?
I will. If you want me to.
You like using the stall second.
I like going, but the stall next to it.
Oh, next to it.
It's not the...
This is a single bathroom stall.
The seat would be all warm.
Yeah. This is a single stall, man.
Is it? Okay, I'll still, maybe I should go first. I've shared hotel rooms with you before.
Yeah. I'm feeling okay today, though. I think you'd be all right.
We just ended our fall session the summer session for the first tee. And so I've been really racking, things up to get ready for the fall session. But I'm off to Utah this week, so I'm going to be spending 4 days in Utah with the first tee training. It's the last of the coach trainings of this year for me, and it's the last, I think, one of the last ones of the whole year for the entire network of the First Tee. I am a trainer for the First Tee. I train coaches to become coaches, and so I'm excited to go to Utah. It's my third visit there. It's beautiful country. So
It might be the most beautiful
yeah.
of all our 50 states.
it is unbelievably
Wow, really?
gorgeous country.
I've
It's
only been
postcard.
there, dropped into the airport,
Oh.
and took off. That was it.
Did you?
That was it.
You should really drive through
Yeah.
Utah. You will freak out.
And I was
love to
there
do that.
in the spring, and we're right in the base of all these. It was like a postcard. If you looked up, you could have thought you were in the Alaska mountain ranges. I don't know. I've never been to Alaska, but this is what I'm assuming it looks like. But it was just gorgeous, Mike. It's breathtaking. I mean, absolutely postcard, breathtaking country.
And then sometimes it looks like you're in the middle of a Roadrunner coyote
Yeah.
cartoon. It's unbelievable,
another
the rock formations.
it's
Wow.
a pretty neat place. So
Sounds cool.
I'm going back there. I'm looking forward to it. So that's then I'll come back and share that experience. But one of the cool parts of my gig, besides sitting next to you on Saturdays, buddy, is the training part of the First Tee, where I get to travel all over the country and work with other people who have passion about youth development. And
And you're so good at it, man.
So I'm
That's what makes it really cool.
And yeah, so that's all I really wanted to mention is that. So I won't be here next week. That's right. Either there's football going on
There's
next
football.
week, right? There's football going on next week.
Yeah. So next week is we'll
We'll run a show.
run a show.
But so I really didn't prepare much. I've been so much fixated on sport versus game that I haven't really had time. But I do have a strong opinion on that. Well, not a strong one. I have my own, but opinion on it. But I'll share that when the topic comes up.
Ah,
How's your little puppy,
she is awesome.
Piper?
Yeah, I will tell you that. I love Ron Burgundy, Will Ferrell. So I subscribe to his podcast. So it was ironic that his podcast that he just put out, the similarities of kids and having puppies or pets.
So we're going there.
I'm not going to go there yet because I haven't listened to the whole thing, but it was cracking me up. I swear.
Does he do this as Ron Burgundy?
Yes. It's amazing.
That's pretty
He is so good. And so one thing I've realized now that, the agreement, we got the dog and we all agreed, all four of us, that we're all going to take care of it.
Is it not? Is there need to be a
No,
a
it's
review
being
of the
done, but
contract?
we're taking care of the kid at night. I feel like I got a kid again.
Yeah, well,
Which is cool,
But
and
they
it's-
need that. She's just a puppy.
It's cool, but it's at times like, wow, I couldn't even imagine if I had a kid again.
So let me ask you, and in a similarity, I have a dog, Brody. Of course, he doesn't need taken care of during the night too much. He's 12, almost 12. But we have a cat,
Yes.
and she's about 1.5 years old. And I have a wife that is patient because every night, 3 a.m, without fail, they're just like they're on a clock. They have their own little clocks.
Exactly.
3 a.m. she comes in screaming. She's the quietest cat too. She hardly ever meows. 3 o'clock in the morning, she's in there screaming. It's time for me to eat. But once again at 5:30, where I sometimes get up. But I have a wife, and the reason I brought it up, I have a wife that's so kind because I'm waking up kind of weird every morning. I don't wake up fast. It takes me a minute or
Yeah.
two. But she gets right up and does it. So thank you, Josie, if you're listening. Thank you very much. Are you the one that gets up, or is it?
Both of us have.
So you've been taking turns.
So yeah,
for
this
you. Okay.
so this a couple nights ago, I'm out in the middle of our backyard at 2 a.m, trying to get the dog to go to the bathroom.
Well, they should let you know when it's time.
And she wants, she woke up and she wants to play. So
Oh, yeah?
here I am, and I'm cracking up because I'm thinking if my neighbors, which we're kind of down below, and the neighbors' bedrooms I know on one side of that backyard are right
So
there.
you're talking about the north wing of your house,
Yeah,
right? You're
wing.
in the back north wing on the
Yeah.
3rd acre back there.
Exactly. So she wants to run around. So she
course.
just starts sprinting through the backyard. It's pitch black. And all I can hear is running by me, and it feels like she's running by me at like 30 miles an hour. I'm like, oh my God, if she hits me, she is going to take me out. And
She won't hit you, man.
She just wants to run. She wants to
Yeah.
run. And she wants to run. So then she finally kind of goes. Then we get back in the bed, and now it's time. Now she wants to play.
Is she chasing balls or anything? Or
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Was that?
Oh, she's
All right.
all about
So,
that.
but-
She's a jumper.
So she
She can jump in the
puppies
air.
need to move, man.
She can jump in the air and do a circle and land
Wow.
back down. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
Tara Lipinski.
Yeah, she's pretty
She's a skating dog.
athletic, man.
Does she stick the landing?
Yo, every time.
Good form, good balance,
Yeah.
solid core,
Oh yeah.
jazz hands, jazz
Yeah,
paws,
I don't know. She has chassis.
jazz paws. I mean, is her head? Does it got a nice posture when they land? I mean,
Yeah.
So yeah.
She's agile, man. She's really tall, like really long.
Can I come up
lanky.
and watch sometime?
Yeah,
we'll bring
I'll
scorecards.
I'll film it on my phone. And
Oh,
I
you
can
don't
send
you don't want me up there?
No, I want you to come up. You just every time I've invited you, you haven't come up.
Because it's like
Even
12
when we
hours.
go golf, you don't
It's-
come over to the house.
That's not true.
You're like, I'll meet you at the course.
Because it's
Okay.
another 12 miles.
It is not.
You're out
It's
in the
1
middle of
mile.
That's true. Okay, next time I'm going to show up your house and hang.
Heck, the last time you hung at my house, you hit a hole in one.
Well, that's true. Well, the last time you came to my house, you went to the wrong house.
No, that's not true.
Did you or did you not go to the wrong house when you came to visit me one time?
I did one time,
And
right when you moved.
We've known each other 20
Hey, at least I was-
something years. You came to visit me and you went to my old
At
house.
at least I was honest.
Yes, you were.
I told you. I said, "Hey, I'm late
wonder why
because
you're late.
I pulled into the front of your old house." It
Did-
was like 2 weeks after you moved.
Did you go to the door?
No.
You just kind of realized,
Yeah,
uh-oh.
I
he doesn't
turned
live-
onto your street and I was like, "Whoops."
That's pretty funny.
But that shows how programmed I am
No,
at the time from
sometimes
going
you,
down to your
you
house.
get there and you don't realize. But okay, I apologize for not hanging out more.
It's okay.
I will come see Piper.
I mean,
I'll pay
I'd
the
love
piper.
to have you come see Piper. So here's the thing: do you ever have people ask you for directions, and you're like, "I don't know." I mean, you know how to get there, but like you don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know the name of the streets.
You know, those days are almost done because of GPS, right? Because it used to be, you had to check this out, go quarter mile here, and turn by the barn, and then the sign, where the trees start, turn
Right.
left. Now it's just put your address in.
I have no idea. People even ask me up at Paso, where I've lived for 15 years. They're like, "Oh, hey, I went down the wrong road going to the golf course. Do you know I'm on Ramble A?" I'm like, "Well, where's that?" I have no idea.
Well, I've driven to your house, and if you don't know the exact, it's difficult. I came across your house by accident the other day when I was coming back from Creston. I went, "Wow, Mike lives right over there."
Oh.
So
You were probably on Creston Road.
I just recognized, I said, "Man, that's Mike's area." But every time I'm getting there, what street are you on? It's
We're off Golden Hill.
that's what it is. Is that the one you turn on and
No, that's the
one,
night.
what's the one you're on?
I
You're
won't.
not going to say because of those stalkers. But you used to live on Depot.
Yeah,
Remember that? We were neighbors then.
Santa Maria.
Yeah.
It was Railroad.
Did you live on Depot?
I
You
lived on Railroad.
Railroad?
Yeah,
No, I think it was Depot.
I think it was Railroad
Okay.
because all those streets when we lived over there were named after
Mine
railroad
was
cars.
Alco, and then there was Diesel. You lived on Diesel.
Diesel Avenue. Thank you. That's
Diesel.
what it was. I had to take railroad to get to
You
Diesel.
take railroad to Diesel.
Yeah. We almost died in my driveway on Diesel. Remember the 4th of July?
Yeah, it's like Beirut.
It was.
Talk about fireworks hop. There's
Oh my
this little
God.
neighborhood. Went down to Mike's house for fireworks, and there was some kind of a battle between the two sides of the streets.
It was like,
My God.
They were shooting fireworks
Oh,
at each other.
oh my God.
Absolutely.
And it was head high.
They were like 2-inch bottle rockets. These suckers were M80 tossing. It was
That's fantastic.
it was
My kids were
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 little
probably
kids.
6 and 7 or 5 and 6, and my son had actually pulled out the they had the little like plastic slides, but they're not little, they're pretty big. He laid that down into the driveway for cover.
you had to take cover. Remember, we're all yelling,
He
"Take
ducked
cover!"
behind it, and
'Cause
there's
we're-
like bottle rockets hitting it.
We're
There's
trying to
stuff
get our
flying
little
over our
sprinkler
head.
lit, little sparkler. All of a sudden, boom!
like
boom.
live combat.
It
for
really
you.
was like the downtown Beirut. It was.
It
I've never laughed so hard. And you know what? They still do it down there. I have neighbors, but my
Really?
wife's sister still lives just down the street from where we lived, right
Yeah.
there. And we've been there on 4th of July. And
Yeah.
it's the same.
It's insane.
They must plan all year.
Yeah, there's wild chicken and rooster running everywhere, and there's just like smoke filling the air and sparks and things popping off the sidewalk.
It was like tear
It's like-
gas was deployed, and it wasn't. It was just that's how smoky it was. Right?
I think someone was.
There were actual chickens.
Oh yeah, there was stuff. Right,
Really?
Yeah.
It was quite. I think they were panicked, man.
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was-
They were all breaking out of their coops. It was nasty.
I think there was a mariachi band too playing on the side, if I'm not mistaken.
Shortly, you moved out
A
shortly after
mariachi
that.
band and chicken
Yeah.
and fireworks.
Literally, we
This
are
is-
not
this
kidding.
This is a
Yeah.
perfect evening.
We've
Yeah.
been known to exaggerate a little. This is a fact.
Yeah, and we didn't.
I've never been. That's why I don't go to your house much. It's too fired up around there.
No, but this was. That's not the place we live at now.
Well, of course I know.
I lived there 2 years. After 2 years, I'm like, I can't take
They
this
still
anymore.
do it. I want to tell you that. We've been traveling on 4th of July every year for the last 3 or 4 years. But before that, we went and visited family down there. Same thing, buddy.
As soon as they brought the team of burros down the street, that was it. I looked at my wife. I said, "We're out of here. This is
It was a
this
new
is
project
done."
down there. So, because when we were there in the beginning,
Yeah.
they were still building.
Yes.
So now there's a lot more streets and a lot more teams of. It's a challenge. I don't know if they play get the flag or whatever with bombs
Yeah.
and guns. I mean, they were slingshotting M80s.
Yeah. Oh, when I pulled out, like one of the times it was a Friday night, and
Your
we did,
poor kids. I remember they were scared.
yeah, and then we did the show the next morning, and I pulled out, and the car just rolled into a pile of donkey crud, and I was like, I'm done. I can't handle this anymore.
Donkey crud.
Oh, it was just
and
plethora
ashes.
of
Just donkey crud in the street.
Oh yeah,
It was a fiesta, fireworks, man.
yeah.
Well,
Great people, great neighbors,
very, very, energetic,
very energetic,
fired up.
very humble.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of chickens and burros.
Oh
There
yeah,
was,
there was a lot.
There was a few. I don't know. There was a bureau. Yeah, a few chickens. They were look scared though. They weren't part of it. They were running for They were running for help.
They were-
And there was that. They were taking off.
They escaped the coop.
They were trying to find cover.
I think their coop was on fire. They're like, we got to get out of
You
here.
were moving you moved your car. And then, it was pretty funny. Last time I've been to your house, man, it was that day. So I didn't interrupt your exciting story, but it brought back quick memories.
Yeah. I laugh at that every time 4th of July comes around. I laugh.
If you want a good show hop, come
Yeah.
on down to Diesel Street.
The only other
You can guarantee me fireworks being fired
Oh,
at
yes.
each other and burros and chickens.
Well, I don't know about the
will
burros
be there.
anymore.
Yeah.
There was a lot more field. They built up the area since we were there,
Yeah.
and they
This
had
is-
the farm fields right
That
next
was
door.
almost-
They have chickens.
that was almost 15 years ago.
Yeah, so they were just building into those areas
Yeah.
where the burros and the chickens were. I think people still have chickens.
Yeah.
But we were right next to the open fields that
Right.
had all of that.
Right.
Now those are homes.
Right.
So we went right to a brand new development.
Yeah.
And even I think my street was brand new. Yours was first, and mine was like 2 streets
Yours
over.
was closer to the commotion.
To the commotion, right in
That
between.
sounds good because I've never been to Syria, so I'd like to see what it's
That's
like.
exactly.
I will tell you the only other thing that compared to was the time the 1 year I lived in Avila Beach, and I was there for 4th of July, and I'm like, oh, I've never been like down in Avila Beach 4th of July. We were always doing stuff for the golf course, or we were going down to Pismo, and I went down to Avila Beach, and that was a big mistake. People actually dug trenches into the beach.
So they can launch rockets.
Oh, there was stuff flying everywhere. I mean, and I'm thinking, how does nobody get an eye knocked out? I mean, it was
the people
scary.
do get hurt, man.
It was really, really scary.
Remember, we used to go right in Avila when we worked there. We drove up that little road behind the inn, and they used to fire them off the Unicom.
Oh yeah,
Fireworks.
Yeah.
So we were up on top and had the best view, because we were almost eye level with them. It was so. Remember that? How awesome that was.
you could look down and
We
see
parked our carts up there.
when you were up there, you could look down and see the fortified positions on each side of the beach.
Yeah.
There's the north side and
You
the south
can-
side of Avila Beach, and
can
the piers in the middle.
You can see.
And they would fire
It's like
things
Fort
over the
Sumner
pier.
taking
It
Fort
was.
Sumner.
It was insane.
They were peer against peer. Yeah. So
Yeah, at least at our house or my house, you could run into the garage and close the door, and there was steel.
how long did you stay at the beach?
I was there for about 3 minutes. And I said, "This is a bad idea. I'm getting out of
You're
here."
too funny.
So anyway, that's the BM. That was a good BM.
Can't tie it into golf too much, except for there's a lot of course management.
Oh boy, is there ever? Is there ever? Well, let's take our first break. When we come back,
Pros and cons. Is golf a sport? Do you have an opinion on that? Is it? Is it a
Is
sport
it?
or is it a game?
is it?
I don't know.
Thank you, TaylorMade Golf, for partnering with Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Check out the latest M5, M6 drivers, fairway woods hybrids, and irons, and more at TaylorMadeGolf.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us.